Hey, what's up everyone? This is Music Tech Help Guy, and in this video, I want to show you a trick that I use to make better bass lines. In particular, I'm going to show you how I use the session bass player in Logic Pro to generate bass lines and then take a bass line that I've created that's really simple and sort of mix it up with some different fills and runs. I find this a really inspiring way of coming up with bass lines and just making my bass lines more interesting. What I have here is a track I'm working on for a client. We actually tracked real bass for this whole song, but in this bridge section here in the middle, we decided to go a different direction with the bass line, so I couldn't use what was recorded here except for this one little fill here. So what I've done already is I've added the chord track up here, and I've just added the chord progression here. It's a really simple chord progression in A minor, and then I've just got like this eighth note, straight eighth note bass part here. So here's what this sounds like on its own. So again, just straight eighth notes, nothing crazy, and I've done my best to match the tone of the original bass part with the studio bass instrument that I'm using here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this track, and I'm duplicating it because I want the same instrument and all the same plugins, but instead of just using my own MIDI, I'm going to create a session player region, and if it creates a drummer region like it's done here for me, double click on it, and then click here, and then turn off change patch, because we don't want to change the instrument, but we just want to change the type from acoustic drummer to bass player. And then we can choose whatever genre we want. I'm going to go with indie disco. And so the patch is exactly the same. The studio bass instrument is the same, and all of my effects plugins are there. So let's go ahead and mute the original bass for now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to search for a preset that sounds good when I have the complexity intensity turned all the way up, and I'm going to pull the fill amount up and the fill complexity up as well. And essentially what this is going to sound like is just kind of like a bass solo, because everything is going to be a fill. But the thing is, I still want to have some of this straight eighth note feel in my bass line. I just want to sort of inject some of these fills from the session player into my MIDI sequence. So spend some time, figure out, which preset and which settings sound best and which fills you like best. And then once you find a setting you like, just right click or control click on your session player region and then go down to convert and then select convert to MIDI region. That's going to convert it to MIDI. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through using the marquee tool, and then I'll either use beat or division snap, and I'm just going to identify the fills that I like best. So that da-da-ga-da. So I'm going to select that, click on it. It's going to give me an option to keep, shorten, or split notes. I'm going to select split. And then what I'm going to do up here is change the drag mode and set it to no overlap. And what that'll do is when I drag this fill over my existing bass part, it's just going to insert that new region there and automatically trim anything that was in that spot. Dun-da-dun-da-dun. I'm going to grab that. Let's pull that up. I think what I'll do is just pull these two out. Maybe, maybe I'll keep this one as is for now. Let's pull that in. Let's pull that in there, just like so. Let's pull that up there. And maybe I'll take like a good portion of this. Let's pull that up there. So I think that's good. What I can do now is I can just get rid of this. I can unmute my MIDI bass, drag over all of this, hit J to join it. And you can see the region chords are all going to be messed up. If you don't want those there, you can just right click or control click, go down to chords, and then select delete region chords. And then what I'm going to do is go into the MIDI sequence here. First, let's listen to it, but then let's determine if there are any spots where I need to maybe clean up the notes a bit. So maybe right here, pull that back. Let's play with the articulation of some of these notes. Go over to my articulations here, and let's make that a dead note, like a muted note. Yeah, we may want to do the same thing over here, so let's just extend that out. Let's add another note in here, and then we'll make that a dead note. That's a dead note harmonic. Let's make that a regular dead note. Now we've got a more interesting bass line that's still sort of following my eighth note pattern, but has some more interesting fills in there. So let's go ahead and add, I had some synthesizers pulled out, so let's go ahead and add those back in. Let's listen to that whole thing. Yeah, and there you go. That's how you can use the Session Bass Player and Studio Bass in Logic Pro 11 to enhance and augment your existing MIDI bass lines. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. And if you made it this far in the video, I just want to remind you all that the Music Tech Help Guy YouTube channel is now 100% sponsor free. So other than YouTube ads, you'll never see another sponsor segment on the channel again. It does take a considerable amount of time and money to keep the channel going. So if you want to support the channel, the most direct way is to purchase a course from my website, logicproguide.com. I have a 32-part Logic Pro 11 Essentials course if you want to learn all of the fundamentals of using Logic, and also includes bonus demo projects to work along with the videos. And if you want to learn more about using Logic's chord track and session players, I have a 12-part mini course on that as well. And again, you can find both of these courses and all future courses at my website, logicproguide.com. As always, thank you so much for the support, and thanks for watching.